Greetings and welcome. This is Heroes Need Not Apply, our actual playthrough show. We're going to be playing through Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition module Storm King's Thunder on Roll20, which is the online virtual tabletop that we play through, which you should be able to see here soon if it's not already up on the screen. My name is Brady, and I'll be your dungeon master. And we have a few housekeeping details to take care of real quick. So I'm going to pass that over to Pat. Pat.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So first things first, the music that you're going to hear, lovely music in the background during this session, which is being controlled by Dustin. So if you hear any crazy sound effects, just blame him, is going to be provided by Syrinscape. And we all really enjoy Syrinscape. They've got amazing sound sets for whatever module, whatever setting. I mean, sci-fi, fantasy, even just like normal walking in the street, everyday stuff. Probably just heard some good sounds right there. But just want to give them a shout out and recommend using it for your in-person games, as well as if you're having to play through Roll20 like we are. And last thing I'm going to talk about is we are going to be updating our character sheets for each of our characters and putting that on our website, which you should see in just a minute on one of these little scrolly things that I've set up. So in the future, we're going to have those character sheets set up to where you can see what our stats are, the different things we're proficient in, even equipment, items, weapon choices, that sort of thing. And also, I'd say a little bit of kind of what of the backstory has been revealed so far. So no spoilers. But I think that's going to be it for me. And I'm going to pass it on over to Dustin.
Hey guys, how's it going? So just to throw this out there, tabletop and hobby RPG games have been a big part of all of our lives. We all enjoyed them. We all started when we were kids. And right now with the COVID stuff happening, game shops are getting hit pretty hard. So I'd like to take a second to reach out to some of the local game stores here around us, here in the Nashville area, and encourage you guys to go out, buy a set of dice, buy some cards, buy a book, buy whatever. The Game Cave has moved to a new location from the Hermitage area. It's now located behind the bowling alley off of Donaldson Pike. The Game Keep off of Lebanon Road, and the Tabletop Hobbies and Games. Now, Tabletop Hobbies and Games is on Murfreesboro Road. And if you stop by the Game Cave, the Game Cave on Donaldson Pike, and mention that you heard about their store on Heroes Need Not Apply podcast or our twitch.tv, they've offered to give you 10% off whatever you want in the store. So take that opportunity to go out there, support some local businesses, and get that 10% off, because you probably need it just as much as they need the business.
Yep. So that's good. That's all of our housekeeping details, but that is true. Go out, support your local game shops. That's a good place to foster community and a good place to get into some pretty fun hobbies like us. But let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and I'll just describe the last few, I guess, in-game seconds, which all of last episode took place within 30 seconds or so in-game.
Yeah.
But basically, you guys were in Nightstone. You were being overrun by this orc horde. There was at least 20, 25 of them that were storming. They were coming in, and y'all had picked some off with some effect, and you were starting to get pretty swarmed. And I believe one of the seven snakes, the bandits, died and was killed and slain. And you guys were starting to book it. I believe Oran was taking it back, and he was going back to the keep, and he was like, "Come on, everybody!" And everybody's starting to make their way. And then all of a sudden, you saw these figures up on the rooftops of the inn and the church, and some down on the ground. And I don't know if you heard a foghorn, but you did see these figures, and you saw them draw bows, and you didn't see them aim at you, but you saw them aim at the orcs. And that is where we will pick up. So Let's see here.
Any clue whose turn it was?
Yeah, it should be Tracker. Let's see. Oh yeah, because we had just restarted the turn, but they popped up. So actually, it's going to be if I can handle them. Let's see. A second. There we go.
I'd just like to reiterate that I told Dimitri to follow me if he wanted to live. Just
Save Dimitri.
refresher.
Here we go. Trying to get these scouts up here. All right. So these elves, they're kind of, just sort of wood elves looking. They've got kind of furs and leathers and some light studded mail and stuff like that. And they have their longbows drawn. So they all get a turn and they start attacking these orcs down there. So this top one up here is going to draw down on the one that is next to Zulkin and take a shot. Yep, so that's a hit. So he hits him and he does, let's see here, 11 damage. So that guy is dead. So he kills that orc. Whoops. Here. Bam. Dead. Oh, wait. We weren't going with the red X, right? We were going with the
That little skull and crossbones.
There we go.
Skulls.
So he's dead. So, and
Red
then
X means they've been looted.
he comes over to this side to get a better view, and that's his turn. So then this next one here, the one that's around the corner of the church, decides to take a step out. He's going to shoot at this orc here at the front line that had just killed one of the 7 snakes, and that is a hit. He's going to do 10 damage. So that guy's pretty hurt. So he's bloody. He's like, and just hits him right in the chest, and does some pretty good damage. This next one is going to step out in front as well, next to him. Is going to shoot at this other front line one here. Yeah, let's see. Okay, yeah. So he's going to try and save. What was you guys' name? Dimitri.
Yeah, Dimitri was his name.
Yeah, Dimitri.
So he's
was his
take,
name.
He has a troubled past.
He's going to take a shot, and yep, he lands it, and he's going to do 11 damage to that one as well. Well, he's pretty hurt too. Just in true elven fashion. So this one, let's see how far away this one is. Yeah, can easily range all these. So that one up there, that is on the corner of the inn, it's going to take aim, and it is going to shoot at that front line one that the other one kind of shot and injured. Oh yeah, yep, he hits him. I mean, it's pretty easy for him. Does 9 damage, but that's plenty. Kills him dead. And then the one that's standing next to it also shoots at that front line one next to Dimitri.
The one that had the dark moju or whatever.
Yeah, had that infusion of whatever it was. Yep. So he does.
Dang, you almost got him.
More than enough to kill that one as well. So I mean, these elves are just dropping these guys like crazy. So then the one that's below the inn.
I mean, it would have helped if we had accurate range.
This one is going to
and numbers.
Kind of step over a little bit. It's going to shoot at that one orc that's in the middle that's been storming up. It's going to take a shot. Yep, and hits. And does 9 damage. If I can get it to... There we go. So, boom. I mean, these guys are just taking them out. The next one goes. Going to shoot at the same one. They're just trying to... From what it seems, they're just trying to whittle down the ranks as quickly as they can to kind of get this front line that was coming at y'all just kind of down a little bit. So, yep, that's his. Going to shoot at the one... Wait, did I kill that? Did that one die? No. So he's going to shoot at that middle one again. and he does hit. He does 8 damage, but that's enough to kill it. And then the last one is going to step out and shoot at this one here in the middle as well. Okay, up the hits for 14 damage. That one had a little, so it almost killed it. So these elves they showed up out of nowhere. You guys are starting to truck it back towards the keep, and they show up out of nowhere, and then just almost in a blink, they all just, and each one finds its mark, and they take down 4 or 5 more orc. And then that brings us to the orcs' turn, and you just see them, like this dude with the one eye, that was standing there, that was doing the dark juju stuff. You just hear him like say something like, "Well, Coyn, you speak orc, right?"
Yes, I do.
So you hear him just go, "It's not safe here either. They found us." And
Oh, they were being chased by the elves.
so they just turn tail and just start hightailing it out of there.
Nice.
And so I'm just gonna say that they all just, they all book it out of there. Because I don't really feel like taking the time to like.
What, you don't want to roll and then calculate and for each
You don't want to see if we
individual
can
orc?
capture one of the orcs and interrogate them, maybe?
No.
No.
Don't.
But as they run past the dude, the one guy that was on the drawbridge, you see him. He kind of walks up to the middle of it, and he just kind of like stares you all down, and especially kind of looks. Yeah, he was the big dude, who you would kind of guess it was in charge, and then he just turns and just starts running. And
As he's running, I shout, "Don't forget to pick up some snake oil on your next visit." Wave at him.
So then, without a word, all of these elves basically, let's see here. They basically just get in a line and like they just book it after them to start chasing them. And
It's gonna hide him behind a black square.
Yep, behind a screen.
I don't want to have to move them all the way over there.
So classic.
So and they all run off, and they run kind of back towards the west and then kind of north. You kind of watch them trail off and run off. But then this last elf, as he's on his way out, he stretches time and space. He's just running
by the hole.
And he kind of runs by, and he's not even winded or like anything like that, like it's even bothered him, and he just kind of like gracefully jumped down from the top of the inn and lands kind of in the the 3-point landing with the the 2 knees in the hand, and then just kind of like stands up and gracefully goes into an easy trot and starts running off. And as he gets to the gates, he just doesn't even break stride, but he looks behind him and says, "You're welcome," and then just runs out of there.
Gotcha. What about the?
I see what's happening.
What about
here.
the one standing by the hole in the ground?
Yeah, they. He
was that the jerk?
Or was
wait.
that ask for his phone number.
Wait. All right.
So hard to tell if it's a him or a her, and with the elves. They're so pretty.
Let's see who. Oran, you're from kind of the area, right?
I am from kind of the area.
Just roll a history check real quick.
Okay. Let's see.
With advantage since you're from the area.
Pick up a history book and throw it whatever page it lands on. That's what you know.
History.
With advantage.
15.
Okay, that's good enough to know. So just from the area in the proximity to Waterdeep, you know that in the Ardeep Forest, which you guys are right on the border of, and Nightstone has been on the border of, you know and have heard of the problems that the Nandar or the people here of Nightstone have had with this kind of tentative relationship with these wood elves that live in the Ardeep woods, because these elves moved in because they're wanting to try and protect and take care of and reclaim these elven ruins that are in there. And the people of Nightstone wanted to hunt in there, and of course they didn't like each other, but the elves hate orcs more, and so you can kind of tell that maybe this might have been a war band that had attacked, maybe some elves in the woods or something, and then they were just repelled and they were chasing them down to try and kill them. That's kind of the sense that you get.
Alrighty.
But that was the history of them. So, but yeah, so they run off, and you see the 7 snakes that are standing there, and Zolkin.
6.
Zolkin. Sorry, the 6 snakes now.
They're still called 7.
Well, yeah, but they're just kind of looking around at each other like, 1, how are we alive? And 2, what just happened?
How lucky are we?
Yeah, so
Well, boys, how about raising that gate now?
I completely ignore Coyn, and I'm going to run up to Dimitri and just check on him.
okay, yeah, you can run over.
Yep. Dimitri, how are you, my boy?
He kind of looks at you, and he's pretty hurt. He's not quite on death's door, but I mean, he's pretty hurt, and he just kind of looks up and he's like, I am okay, but I seem to be pretty hurt. If you have any sort of healing or potions or bandages, anything I would take, would be much appreciated.
Words of encouragement, Dimitri. That's all I offer.
And Zolkin's just like, that works for me. After what we've been through, that's enough. That's enough. And Zolkin kind of walks by as he's walking towards the gate, and he kind of looks at Dimitri and he just sort of gives him a nod. And then he looks back to y'all and he says, yes, you're right. Let's try to get this drawbridge up just in case anything else decides to come in. And he walks over and he's like, boys, let's raise this, or try your best. And the bandits kind of look down there like, oh, okay. And
I'm gonna assist if I can.
okay, yeah, if you want to assist, yeah, it was kind of hard
just
because
follow Dimitri.
the gate, the little like the thing that rolls them around or whatever, had been a little bit damaged from whatever happened with the boulders. But with an assist, you guys take about 5 minutes or so, and you slowly and you raise the drawbridge. So the drawbridge is raised. And Zolkin,
Killa just stayed all the way back there and didn't help. Wow.
so Zolkin comes up and
She fired a crossbow, had a few good shots. I think she had a critical, didn't she?
yeah, I think so.
I think so.
So they kind of stand together there next to y'all, and Zolkin's like, well, I don't know who to be more thankful for, you or those elves, wherever they came from. And Kelly says,
I'd say we should be thankful for the elves.
Kelly says, yes,
And
I believe he's right.
I walk over to Tarat and Dimitri, and I look at Dimitri and I nod my head, and I place a hand lovingly on Tarat's shoulder, and I cast Cure Wounds.
Aww.
Lyrics.
For how much?
1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier.
Didn't even know you had hilly stuff.
Oh yeah,
Aha, I did.
forgot he was a
I went and got it for you.
I had it this whole time. I just didn't want to use it on you.
So, is that my spell attack bonus? Is that a +5, or is it something spellcasting modifier different?
It's just your spellcasting ability, which for you should be Wisdom.
Aha.
Whatever your modifier is.
It should be 1d8 + 3. Do you want me to roll that?
Yeah,
Or do
that's
you want to roll?
no,
it?
you're the one casting it.
Okay.
You roll
Is
it.
that plus proficiency?
That is 3 + 3. That's 6. So you get 6 hit points back. Plus proficiency. If it's plus proficiency, it's 8.
proficiency?
I
Unless
think it should be.
if it says so.
Well, if that's only for, I think that's only for attacks, right? Or does proficiency?
I just didn't know, like, as your cleric level would go up, if your healing, even minor healing spells, would kind of get a little like beefier with your proficiency bonus. Or is it? Can you cast that one at higher levels?
I can cast this one at 2nd level or higher.
Okay.
When I do, I get an additional 1d8.
Okay, so then I'd say that's
Per slot.
probably why it doesn't include proficiency bonus.
What spell was that again?
It's a level 1 cure wounds.
Cure wounds. Okay.
And I got 6.
3 plus 3, 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we add the proficiency die, which would be an additional 2.
No, I think it's just 6.
Well, boys, looks like we're good now, unless some things start crawling out of the Underdark, out of that hole where the Nightstone used to be. I'll see you later. I'm going to walk over and see what's happening over here.
Where are you going?
Over where?
Yeah, where are you going?
Just going to walk over to the other group of people and see what chaos I can verbally assist in.
Okay, well, Zolkin and Kella are just kind of standing there conversing, like, you know, oh, that was close. If it wasn't for those elves, I don't know where would be any. So you want to go over and talk to them?
Yeah, I think we're all together.
Yeah, y'all are just kind of standing, but they're just talking to themselves. Like they're not ignoring you, but they're not really paying you any mind.
Right.
Oh, well, I'm going to casually stroll around all the orcs and remove an ear from each orc, and I'll stop at the downed 7th
Just one.
snake. Just one from each orc.
Okay. Yeah, and remember they had differing like belts and things hanging from them, necklaces of ears.
I guess I should search the bodies, see what else they got.
Yeah, if you guys want to take time to
I
search the
refuse
bodies,
to be the ear mule. I'm just throwing it out there.
we'll just save some time and just give me a perception check. If y'all want to just each give me a perception check for as you're checking them to see if anything is important or.
That's a big solid.
That's a big old natural 20 for Coyn.
Oh, nice. 13 for Oran.
17 for Tarat.
Man,
who's a good little guy?
The boy with the biggest perception rolled lowest.
So you guys are checking them, and you just find just their weapons and armor that was on them, which some of them had varying degrees of like leather armor or not much armor, and their weapons were just like crappy, rusty, broken swords and different things that they had just found and used. But scattered like amongst all of them, or between all of them, you are able to find 90 gold pieces. So
90?
Yeah, they must have done well on their raid the day before or something. But yeah, that was between like amongst all of them.
I mean,
collectively,
10 of them. Fair amount though.
It's big money.
Yeah, and whoever's keeping track of your gold, I'm not keeping track of it, so that's all
Patrick.
I
Wherever he is on the screen.
Wrote it down. I'm below you. Just reach
right
down,
there.
reach down and poke me in the head.
No, right.
Okay, so you have again. You see Zolkin and Kella are standing there, and the some of these 7 snakes or 6 snakes, whatever you want to call them, just start dragging. After you've searched them all, they just start dragging the orc bodies just kind of over in a pile over to the side, just to kind of get it out of the way, because I mean they are strewn all over the place.
Nice and tidy.
Yeah.
What about the 7th snake? Are they putting him with all the orcs?
No, they were clearing them up first, and you see them. They do, and this one in the back kind of comes over, and they pick them up, and then they just kind of like start making their way. They're just going to go lay them down in the church.
Hole.
Just dump their comrade down this hole.
Feed the hole.
So they just go inside the church, and they're just because they just figure that's a good place as any to keep them until they can maybe dig them a grave or something like that. But again, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Need a cleric to administer last rites, maybe.
I mean, they didn't really. They don't really seem to have any sort of religion or anything like that.
I was about to say Coyn's just going to loot his body in there if he's alone with it.
But so they walked in there with him, and then Zolkin and Kella, they just kind of start brushing past y'all and just sort of start walking towards the inn. And Zolkin kind of glances behind him and is just like, yeah, thanks for the help. I mean, that could have been a lot worse, but could have been a lot better. But anyways, y'all go do what you want. We'll be in here, but
Uh,
I don't care.
about
And he just walks off.
about that job opening, is there an apprenticeship program for becoming the seventh snake?
He just says, "There's a waiting list," and just keeps walking.
Would you mind if I got the weapons off of? Oh, okay,
And they go in the inn, and you hear him slam the door.
I definitely want the weapons off of that seventh snake.
Well, Dimitri, he was standing there, and he kind of walks past you, and he says, I don't think that would be very wise because we are still here, and he was our friend, so you might
I
not want
killed
to do that.
Dimitri.
I turn
It
off.
was nice, Dimitri.
Do you really, or are
step-
you just
I
saying
s-
that?
No.
I step
Get
in
outta
front
here.
of Dimitri.
All
This
right.
is when I joined the Seven Snakes.
Okay. So, and Dimitri
Yeah.
just kind of walks off. He's walking towards the, kind of limps off towards the, what's it called?
The church.
Yep, the church.
Leave
Thank
him
you.
The Church of the Effervescent Unicorn.
Yeah, I was following him, but then he went in the church, and I'm like, a little awkward.
Yeah, and they just kind of close the door. But those two bandits that were up on the gate towers, they're still going to stay there and just kind of keep a watch. And everybody else has gone inside. And yep, so now y'all are just kind of left in the courtyard.
So not one of the orcs carried a scimitar or something that I could, as a cleric, switch this horrible mace out for a decent scimitar.
Let me double check.
I was about to say, I know one of them had a javelin because he rammed
Yep.
it up me.
No, they just had
As a
great
matter of
axes and
fact,
javelins.
I pull the javelin out of Tarat. Quick.
Yeah, that was your laying hand was just uncorn dogging me.
Actually,
So
he's still walking around with it, whacking people as he turns.
all they had were great axes and javelins. So
Okay. Neither of those.
and they were in varying
Typical orcs.
like sort of states of
Disarray.
in some were
Covered in
bad,
bad
some were
stuff.
decent, but all of them were pretty crummy.
I am keeping an eye out for a scimitar or something that I can use to use my dex +2
Okay.
over my strength +0.
All right. So
Coyn,
you
that's
guys,
a really weird way of saying you want a different weapon. So
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
I don't understand what you
so you
Strength?
guys
Talking about
have
Dex.
Dex.
repelled this orc horde and have shown your strength and sort of your resolve and what kind of your mettle a little bit. You guys held out for as long as you could, and are you guys what do you guys want to do now? So we've got some of them. We got some of the seven snakes. We got Zolkin and Kella in the inn. Then we have the other some of the seven snakes with the dead body in the church. And then we've still got the two up on the guard towers. And then your hawk flies in.
Yeah. I was gonna say I call Kate to me and turn to Coyn. Say, you think it's time to go check out the keep? It's kind of the last box to check.
Physically repelled by the appearance of the feathered freak.
Tarat is clenching his vial of snake oil, just waiting for Oran to like go into a weird trance again and get possessed by this bird. Because again, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen the correlation that it is a bird that you have magic stuff over. It just possessed you the last time I saw it.
Yeah, you were asleep.
Maybe
Yep.
maybe we should go somewhere and sit down first.
Okay.
If you're gonna freak out again.
Yeah, we wanna walk to the bridge and take a short rest. There, Brady, for anybody with hit dice needing rolling.
Yeah, y'all can do that if
Yeah,
you want to.
I'm assuming that's what Dustin's
yeah.
alluding to.
Yeah, we
Yes,
can do that.
is-
So if y'all want to just head to the base of the bridge there, and it's still, it's mid morning, so it's like maybe 10ish o'clock. So if you guys take a 4-hour rest, it'll be afternoon. So it's not like crazy long, but yeah, y'all can get some of your hit points back, and also while you're resting, the adrenaline is starting to wear off from this battle, and you kind of feel this other feeling well up inside of you, and it's not quite adrenaline, but you feel stronger and more confident and more experienced because you leveled up.
Yay!
Oh, I thought it was gas.
Well, that too. Tarat just leans over
I
to.
thought it was just a ton of gas.
Oh.
It can be. I mean,
It can be.
when you got to go, you got to go. If that makes
Yeah.
if that's what you got to do to level up, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
So while we're short resting,
Hey, thank you,
oh, hooray! You gotta have like the Zelda level up sound.
It's in
any
here
Final
somewhere.
Fantasy?
Yeah. So
Hopefully, it's not
Thank you
copyrighted.
for pointing out my fallibility as running Syrinscape.
no,
I
you're
appreciate
doing great.
Yikes.
Just give me some sound. I hear some wind.
Yeah,
It's
some
good.
atmospheric just outside. It's a pretty day. It's a nice day. The sun's out. The clouds are kind of rolling through. There's a breeze. You're by the water a little bit. So I mean, if you want to find some
Clouds going against the wind.
no, they're all going with the wind.
Okay, I had to double check. Didn't
No,
want.
but that's a good thing to check.
So while we're resting, I don't need to roll any hit dice. And I guess we increased HP. I guess if we get to that, we'll have to adjust it on our little characters. But I'm gonna have Kate, and I'm gonna say to Tarat, because he's looking real nervous. Like this, the bird's with me, and it's not possessing me. We just have a telepathic link. It's a magic thing.
I spritz him with snake oil.
See, it's not gonna do anything. It's fine. So I'm gonna sit down against the fence and let her go check things out. And
You can go up 100 feet,
100
or
feet. Yeah.
seeing through her eyes, but she can fly past that and then come back and report to you, right?
Right. Yeah. So I can see through her eyes.
So you can
or
see through her eyes. Yep,
Yeah.
right up to the gate. Actually, let's see.
High enough
Yep.
for if anybody's gonna take any pot shots at her.
So as
you're
far
up.
as the
You don't
So-
see. So as you're flying up, so Oran sits down, and you guys are watching him, and his eyes. He kind of sits. Do you sit like crisscross applesauce style?
No, I'm just gonna like sit back.
With your knees up, your
knees
arms on
bent.
your knees.
Hands on my knees. Got my spell book opened up.
Cool. So you see him sit down, and he's just kind of like takes a second and centers himself, and then his eyes just kind of roll back, and he's just sitting there really still. And so Oran, what you see through your vision just kind of like flies through the air straight up, and you see yourself kind of flying, just flapping, and you are your hawk, and you fly up, and you're flying above the bridge, and you're flying south over the bridge. You see the bridge that was broken that you guys looked at earlier. You fly up towards the keep gate, and you see it's closed, but it's damaged, and you're scanning around, and that's all that you see. While that's as far as you can see, your connection is just past the gate. But from the last thing that you see, you look over the keep. You don't see anybody outside, but you do see a lot of stones that are dropped in the courtyard, and like two of these. It's kind of a round bastion type thing. So the actual keep itself has these four circular corners on each corner, and one of them is completely collapsed in, and then one is just kind of a little bit, not really destroyed, but kind of broken in a little bit with the boulders.
Boulders.
Thank you.
That
Yep,
we've
the boulders
seen
that were
fall
falling.
around,
Yep.
and I could see all those in like
Yeah, you see that, but you don't see anybody. There's nobody inside the inner bailey of it. There's nobody wandering around outside. There's nobody on top of the keep, and then that's really all you see. And then you kind of still sit still. You wait a second. Kate kind of makes a fly around. She comes back and just kind of telepathically lets you see what she saw, and you get the feeling she didn't see anybody.
Yeah,
Nobody wandering around, nothing like that.
Okay. I'm gonna, tell her thank you through our link, and I'm going to send her. I'm just gonna let her do some lazy circles around the keep, and if she notices anything, to come and get close enough to connect back with me and let me know.
Cool.
Get
So
some
you've got her
exercise
on.
in.
You got her
Yeah.
on cap. You got her on combat air patrol, almost kind
Yeah,
of.
she's stretching her
Recon flight.
wings. How
Okay.
did Tarat go?
So she just finds
Huh?
a nice hot air current above the keep and just kind of lazily riding it. You know what that's called when hawks and birds do that when they
Yeah,
get
and
those big
a
columns, the swirling columns? That's called
The
cauldroning.
Yeah, because it's a
Like,
kettle of hawks.
oh,
Yeah.
But it really
I
is
just
called.
thought that when they're circling dead things.
No, that's something else. But anywho, so yeah, where is?
I think he's
What are you talking about?
underneath Coyn.
No, I moved
Whoa,
myself.
whoa.
Yeah, it's his. Anyway.
That healing
all
punch only works one
all
way.
I'm saying
buddy.
is I was standing there first and he got on me.
Oh, okay.
So Oran, do you
If he
want
can
to relay
occupy
that
my
back
space.
to them? Because I mean, it's been a few minutes of you just like sitting there, like quietly.
Yeah, you guys. What'd you guys do while?
Yeah,
Oran's
what's
checking
Oran,
down?
you're just gonna come to, and I'm literally just all the snake oil is just dumped on your head, and I'm just like, come back to me.
I'm chanting something from the Book of Spells.
Oh my gosh.
Which is just an upside down like
there are
cookbook.
candles
Kinda
lit
wakes up and
around
he
you.
just kind of like shakes his head silently, like, you guys.
And just clap the book back, and say, well, and I convey what I saw, or guess what I didn't see.
You're cured.
It worked. I told you.
Your faith, Tarat, in the snake oil is restored
Fully restored.
after.
Fully restored.
Holy.
True believer again, rubbing it on my knuckles and my head.
Yeah. Do we want to see about that ladder? Try to get across this bridge.
Ladder's already laying across.
I was about to say, yep.
Get away.
Sorry.
The next question is: we did the short rest, right?
Yeah. So.
That's how many hit dice can you roll?
So we leveled up, so we get 3, or you have a total of 3 of your hit dice. You can roll all 3 if you want, but I doubt you're gonna need that. Just roll
Okay.
1, see how much it
Okay.
heals you, and
I think
then
it just got answered.
if you need more, roll another.
Do you add your Constitution bonus on a short rest?
No, hit dice. Wait. No, I think hit dice is just you get what's on the dice. I think.
Yeah, so whenever you level up, you roll what it says for your increase. So it says like 1 whatever hit dice per whatever level you are. And that adds to your total HP. And then on a short rest, to recover lost hit points, you roll from your pool of total hit dice to regain health. So usually
So when we took this short rest, we were level 2.
No,
But now we're
we
level
leveled
3.
up.
Okay.
So
Back in the
increase-
square.
Yeah, you increased your total HP, like your actual HP. We increased that, and then you can roll from your hit dice pool to restore any other lost HP.
Okay. Are you gonna count those? Because usually,
what's added?
typically, whenever you level up, you get up to fill up your HP, right? Or do you
Yeah,
have to
no,
wait until the next long rest?
No, I was just going to say, like, whatever was added onto your total HP, you don't have to fill that up with your hit dice. So, like,
Okay.
however many you had lost or were down, that's what you would be healing back right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So my total HP would go up to 21,
Right.
right? And then I would just roll. I would add that 9 to the 8 that's already there. So that would be 17 plus the 6 I just rolled, right? Or
Yeah. Did you roll a 6 in the die?
yes.
Yeah. So
Whatever
so
your new
max-
HP
your max
is, you're
HP.
just up. Yeah, you're just
So-
back up to your HP.
All right. So I'm 21 total. So I'm 21 and 21.
So are we all 21
We're
now?
all.
What the heck?
I don't know how that's possible.
Matt.
I guess with their different con mods.
And just the different rolls.
Yeah, different
That's
roles
pretty
plus the
cool.
different con mods. So.
Pretty funny.
Because
I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but the wizard has as much health as you all, so
That's either really good for me or really bad for you.
So
take that
when
as
I
you will.
rolled earlier, am I supposed to add something to that?
Your con mod.
Your con modifier.
Oh, okay. Then I'm a little more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I thought there was no way that like
See, we had the magic. We had all rolled 21.
no, I've got the magic. Oran's got the magic.
I'm
Um,
pretty sure I didn't add the
magic
2
and
last
me.
time either.
Every time I touch that track, so we ready to go?
Here's your
Yeah,
last.
one more question about short rest. You don't regenerate any of your spells that you use, correct? On a short rest, only on a long
unless
rest.
you have some ability.
Right, like elves have meditation that they can
Yeah.
do that
And,
get a
Did
couple.
you get like cantrips back?
No, cantrips never get spent. Like you can just.
Oh yeah.
do cantrips whenever.
I'm spamming chill touch over and over again. But
I'm ready to walk across this ladder like a monkey.
yeah, let's do it.
Do y'all see the ladder that
I
I
see
moved
the
in there?
ladder. See it?
What? No.
It's next to me.
Oh, whoa, yeah, I see it. Whoa, what the heck?
All right,
Why isn't it across the
Roll
bridge?
20.
roll 20.
Roll 20.
Magic.
Let me make sure you guys can control it.
Ah,
There
you
we go.
control
I was
it.
gonna say,
Just throw it out there.
I already tossed it over there, yeah, so
No. Across. Make it stretch.
I don't know how to do that. I didn't do that.
I did it for you.
It's such
Okay,
a
so you
weird
guys.
ladder.
So you guys took the ladder that you guys found from one of the other guard towers, and you are taking it and stretching it across this open part of the bridge. Is that what you guys are wanting to do?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk across first.
Well, roll a dexterity check, please.
Ooh.
I'm gonna, if there's any way to assist, like I put my hands on
yeah.
the base of the ladder to keep it.
Yeah.
From
I'll give you
twisting or
I'll give you
whatever.
advantage. Roll with advantage.
okay. Okay, yeah. That's more like it. That was
It sounds like you rolled a 1.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on that first go. Yeah, so that's 19 on the second one.
Okay, so you easily slowly
Careful, Tarat.
make your way across, and no problems. You just kind of
Oh yeah.
and then just kind of go across. So who's going next?
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna hold the ladder.
Yeah,
while
I'll
they
hold
walk
it. I'll hold it on
across.
the other side and let
Oh,
Coyn go.
Jesus. That's a
If you
lot of
wanna
help.
go.
Well, you only get just advantage.
Just advantage.
Coyn,
roll-
you
Yeah,
wanna-
I'm already
or
holding
do you
it.
want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead. You go first.
So
After you
roll
rolled-
with dexterity check with advantage.
All right.
You heard me roll.
I heard the
I just
dice
rolled once. I
roll.
didn't roll twice.
Dexterity
I still
check.
know the first roll.
So that's a 19.
Hey,
Yeah,
there you go.
and you make it across pretty easy, no problem. You just sort of like slowly, or if you on there, you just. But you slowly make your way across, and
I'm still gonna hold it for Mr. Coyn.
yeah, it just kind of creaks across.
It's an 8 plus my dex mod 10. So that's a 10. I may not make it, and that was with advantage.
No, that's good enough. I mean, you have a little scare here and there. It just kind of creaks, and part of the boards kind of underneath it where it's laying kind of snap a little bit and crack. But you just kind of like and then just kind of make your way across. No problem. So you guys make it across. Yay! You solved my puzzle. And Coyn goes for the number.
Now he's just going for that 10th orc.
You guys
I
solved
lost
my
long
bridge
ago.
puzzle.
Bridge puzzle. Yay.
And I pull the ladder back across.
Oh, good thinking.
Ooh. Yeah, we're not going to have any unraised drawbridge situations again. So this gate, you said this gate should have windows that have windows in it? I see any activity going on in the building
No,
in front of
so
me?
up in the gatehouse, there are just kind of the little arrow slits on the outsides of these two buildings. So as you walk up, you see this main door in front of you. It's about 8 or 9 feet tall and probably about 7 feet wide. It's like double doors, and then above
Massive.
that, stonework, and then on either side of you can kind of see these stone buildings. They're not really barracks, but there's holes in the sides of the building where it looks like you could fire arrows through. Again, arrow slits, or jab a spear out through. and the whole thing itself is probably at least 20 feet tall to the roof, and it's there in front of you, and the doors are shut.
Would divine masonry work?
I bang on the door. Coyn Valentine here, and company, selling household goods, snake oils, herbs and spices.
Tarat
And
has his
ears.
hand axe in hand.
I've got
So
Just gonna throw that out there.
so whenever you pounded on the door, you went doo, 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 and on the third one, it just kind of like creaks open just a little bit. Just
You made door creak dusted.
Yeah, door creak.
It's not fast enough. I'm sorry. Good Foley work.
Thank you.
so the door just kind of slightly doesn't swing open or anything, but it just kind of moves maybe about 4 or 5 inches open, just kind of.
Okay. All right.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
Looks like probable cause to me, boys.
Stack up and breach.
All right.
Push the door the rest of the way.
Tarat's
Open.
just gonna go up to the door, look inside. Does he see a bottomless hole in front of him in the doorway?
Any traps?
Nope. There's no traps. There you go. And the door pushes open.
Yeah,
pretty
took a
nice.
second.
Yeah. It's a big door for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
pushed it
20
all the
foot
way open,
tall
and
or
then it
9 foot tall.
You didn't
Yeah.
hear the first little creak.
Yeah.
But no, it's just a little doorway that just kind of two big open, strong, reinforced doors, and they just kind of swing inward, and you can kind of make your way through the door. You don't see any traps or anything like that.
All right. I step inside. Is there, I guess, a hallway, a stairwell, anything in here? Is it just a walkway?
No, it's just like a little pass through right there, and on the
Gotcha.
other side of the door is kind of the same little alcove that you came across on the front side, and you just make your way through. And then as you come through on your left and right, here and here, there's just 2 doors on either side. Or I'm sorry, on the outsides. So like here and here on the outsides.
Okay.
Now,
Gotcha.
Oran, didn't you say that you did see humanoid creatures with that feathery thing you call like the sky rat or whatever it is?
Yeah, I know that
Tanya.
Brady, I did do a flyover before the orcs
Yep.
showed up. Did I can't remember? Did Kate see people then?
She saw humanoid figures moving,
Okay.
like whenever she was flying past some of the rubble, like down here on that southeast
In the exposed areas.
Yeah, just through those opened areas, she saw humanoid figures moving, just kind of shadows, more or less, just kind of moving around in there. But they weren't
Okay.
really like moving around hastily. They were just kind of like milling about or just kind of standing there.
Okay. Yeah,
Hope it's
Coyn.
not zombies.
I
I
did
hate
see
zombies.
did see some people, but inside. Didn't see anybody outside.
Well, you saw humanoid figures.
He
Yeah.
says that weird. I don't like how he says that weird.
What?
Humanoid figures.
Oh, I don't saw some
I'm gonna walk
peoples.
up to the closest door on my right hand side. I'm going to look at the door. Just looking to see if it's open, if it's like reinforced, anything special about it.
Okay, give me just 1 second.
I'd like to do a perception also. I'll put my ear to the door while he's looking at it.
Okay, just a second. By the way, I
He's-
just have to.
Rolling to see how many snakes and spiders are gonna jump out at us.
I'm trying to find the. I have to say this music by Syrinscape is very, very fitting and done very well.
And
Don't shoot his
controlled
horn
very
that much.
well.
Oh gosh.
So scroll over to the far right there on the map. If you guys can see the
Gosh.
ping.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
in darkness.
Let me
Oh,
let me get us.
oh.
Hello. What have we here? Oh, did you pull me?
No, I didn't pull you. Sorry.
We're in
I got
the
it.
endless void of darkness.
Can you guys not see?
Yeah, I can see Oran. He's behind me.
Yeah, I just walked up.
So you can see the door there. There's a door in front of you, and you want to open the door, or you want to check it.
Yeah, I'm just inspecting the door on its
Okay,
appearance.
perception.
Is a big
Man, I'm just digging this music.
Yeah,
This
and I'm
ambiance.
keeping an eye and ear around us, and Kate, of course.
Yep, Kate's still just kind of slowly just.
is a solid 9.
Okay, it's just a sturdy looking door. You don't really notice anything special about it or any type of anything special. Just a door.
Gotcha. I'm gonna put my ear up to the door and see if I can hear anything inside.
All right, perception check for you.
I don't hear it. That's a 1. That's. I hear the door.
You just
It
hear.
sounds like wood.
Yeah, you just hear.
Vaguely like wood.
But then you look over and it's just Tarat breathing in your ear.
I said that's not how you do the healing
Mr.
touch.
Valentine, what are you doing? Listening to trees? The wood? Are you trying
Listen
to
here, gluten
hear?
boy.
Are you trying to hear what kind of wood it is?
So you don't hear anything. You just hear him breathing because he's breathing real loud. So what do you want to do?
Your beard tickles.
I'm just gonna open the door.
Okay. And you open it up, and it swings open, and it reveals just an empty room.
Nice.
Nothing in there. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing in there. It's just kind of. You can tell this was like an area for people or for soldiers to go in if there were ever attacks on the inner bailey and the inner keep. You can see those arrow slits and the kind of the areas where you could like poke a javelin out or like a spear or something to sort of like, attack people that were attacking the gates and stuff. But that's all you see. There's nothing really else in there.
No weapons?
The
No scimitars?
The weapon racks are actually empty. So
bone dry. All right.
Gotta get
I'm just gonna walk over to the other door, and open it as well.
On the other side?
Well, circle to the other side. Yeah.
I put my hand out. I don't want him to just run in. I think we should.
No, I'm not running it. I'm just
look
gonna
and
open
listen.
the door.
Don't open the door yet. Let's listen and look before we open the door.
do a seal stop.
What? Okay, yeah, we'll do whatever that is.
Stop, listen, look.
Yes.
I can't remember from. Anyways, okay. So who's listening? Who's doing what?
I'll listen again.
Okay, perceptione.
I'm gonna look at the door.
16 plus 3.
Okay.
No. Yes, perception 3.
You just hear.
19.
You don't really hear much, but you hear just like some creaks of kind of wood, like something heavy on wood. But you don't really hear anything else.
I look at the door and I rolled a 4.
Are you still on the right side or the left side?
Stop looking at that door, Tarat.
Yikes.
This door.
Why can't I see? Why can't I see?
Right,
anything
this
over here?
was your idea to come over to this side.
I was
There you
about to say I didn't move myself. I thought I was already just moved.
Same door, same looking door as the other one. Nothing special.
Oh, okay. Nothing special. I'm gonna open it.
All right, you open it up, and it reveals a big. Oh, sorry. Actually, boom. Reveals
No.
a big boulder has fallen in, and as you look around, you can't really make it far into the room. Like you can barely open the door. Like it just barely gets past the boulder, and you can actually see body parts sticking out from under the rubble and this big boulder, and you can kind of tell that the bits and pieces that are hanging out from underneath it they look like some type of uniforms or
Are there weapons attached to this uniform?
Like soldiers,
yeah, soldiers,
not children.
on
Okay, good.
halfling
Armor, that's what I was
merchants.
trying to think of.
We are 2 for 2 on not
Yeah.
having crushed children. I'm feeling good about this area.
It's been 0 days since.
Yeah.
A workplace accident.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine this room is a pretty airtight. So it
There's a
probably
big hole in the room.
smells. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It probably still doesn't smell good in there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shut the door back and just act like I didn't see that.
Were there weapons on those dead bodies?
There were bits and pieces sticking out from under the boulder, but I mean, like they're
There's a-
wedged
A
underneath
scimitar snapped in half, laying on the ground.
in many, many pieces.
Draw the sword from the stone.
All right.
It only requires 35.
So, we want to approach the.
Main keep.
Yeah.
So there was nothing that Kate saw on the battlements, nothing we should look at over there.
No, I mean she's keeping an eye out, and is going to alert me if there's anything going on.
Yeah, she doesn't say anything. It's still just
and this-
nobody
can-
up there.
Can we enter this? Does it look like we can enter this spot like through the wall
giant
right
hole.
in front of us?
Or the two like treacherous.
Where are you guys
Actually, I
at?
don't even know where the door to this building
Yeah,
is.
hang on. Right quick.
Yeah.
Don't move. Don't move.
Not moving. Yeah.
Go back to the right down there, and then scroll down a little bit.
Oh.
Ooh. Such a pretty little.
Oh, okay. So there's.
Guys, don't be alarmed, but we're somehow floating above the place we were just at.
So
You can see some of the rubble there on that outcropping, and
get her, Kate.
you probably could. It might take a pretty good athletics check.
Okay,
to
but
get
I didn't
in.
see the door there.
I see the door. I can see the door too. I'm gonna poke my head around the corner and look to make sure we're not opening the door into, zombies or something.
Okay, so you want to open this door?
Hey, you're peeking through that
I want to peek around the corner of the.
hole in the.
Not trying to go in that way, just trying to look through, and make sure that we're not going to walk into an ambush.
And I'm gonna go
Yeah,
listen at the door. Look at it.
You kind of scrabble up, and right before you look, or right before you kind of slide back down, you look over and you don't really see much in 14 or in that foyer or that room there. You don't really see much.
So it's a separate room by itself.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back to the door and assist Oran's perception.
Yeah.
Okay, so you roll with advantage then. You just help him. You lean in and you're just like, shh, everybody be quiet. He's trying to listen. Shh, shh.
I believe this door is made of oak.
Dustin, thank you for assisting me. That would have been not helpful at all if I hadn't had you. 17.
So as you
The other
lean
one
up
was a
against
1.
as you lean up against the door, you don't hear much movement, but you do hear kind of. They're not really hushed whispers, but they're people not talking loudly, but you just kind of hear like.
You hear voices.
They're right outside the door right now, and they're listening to us talk. Okay.
So Coyn takes his first finger and his little finger, touches them to his tongue, smooths down his eyebrows, knocks on the door. Coyn Valentine, house wears snake oil.
Back from the door.
Hand axe in hand.
We're here to help.
So
And then I
you
bang on the door.
Yell that you bang on the door.
Yep.
So as you bang, you wait for a second, and you kind of hear those, and then they stop,
Too bad the undead doesn't care.
and then you hear like sort of footsteps, and you hear somebody say, who's there?
He didn't listen. I'm going to say it again. Coyn Valentine, housewares, snake oils, General Mercantile and Company. We're here to help. Well, it looks like you guys could use a broom.
Mr. Valentine, they never listen on the first pitch.
They never do.
Never.
That's
mean,
where you got to get them with the hook on the second pitch.
You hear the you hear like a little bit of silence, and he's like, we're gonna need a lot more than a broom. But I guess I should be doing it kind of like this.
Yeah.
A lot more than a broom, but if you're really here to help, prove it to me.
Well, I got a whole ring full of goblin ears, orc ears, and we've basically been clearing your town.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
Snake oil is gonna do wonders on this mahogany wood.
you saw
So
the,
Oh, yeah.
You hear him say,
I'm gonna crack the door. I've got friends back here. If you try anything funny, we'll beat you up and probably kill you. But
there's
I'm gonna
nobody
crack the
back
door.
there.
so he kind of cracks open the door.
Just right.
And
I slide my foot in so he can't shut it. Hi there.
who are you again? You said your name was Coyn?
All right, listen. I'm going to spell it. Coyn Valentine. I know I didn't
That's
spell it,
spelling.
but you get the idea.
It's not.
He looks at you. He's
can't
like,
read.
That's spelling
Don't make
where
fun
I'm
of me.
from.
he says, I'm sorry. It's been a real long day, 24 hours, whatever. It's been a lot here lately. Hang on here. Let me open the door. And you hear him kind of yell back to the people that were in there, and he's like, "Hey, there's people here. Hey, come on!" And he goes to open the door. And he opens
Commoners.
the door.
I can sell them.
He kind of like steps back a little bit. He goes, "Yeah,
Soldiers.
come on in. Come on in."
Mr. Valentine, look how dry their hands are.
Oh, look at this. Hey, I pull out a vial of snake oil. Now, listen, let me tell you about snake oil. This stuff is good for all sorts of things. It relieves dryness and itching. It also is good for scaring off those pesky dragons.
cut
Cobalt,
you
let me finish. Hang on,
He
wait.
cut-
No,
he
you're
cut
going
you
to
off
like this.
And he says, if that thing can bring people back from the dead, I really don't want to hear about it. If it can do, that's all I care about. If it can bring people back from the dead, because
It's brought Oran back a few times. Look at Oran.
No, he was in no, listen, that he wasn't dead. He was possessed by a
bird
hawk.
took his soul. It can solve that. I don't know about undead.
Tell me
or-
about
or
your
the
problem.
Who are,
What do we got going
who
on?
are
here?
you? Like, are you soldiers for the for this keep here?
So as you look them over, you can tell they're all in uniform, and
Is it the same one as all those crushed guys we just saw?
yeah, it looks very very similar.
Yikes.
And they're all in uniform. None of them really seems to have any rank, but they just have like scant, like a breastplate, maybe some greaves, maybe some of them have some bracers, but it's just not very illustrious looking. It's just sort of like just cover the main bits that are important to kind of keep yourself alive. But the one that was at the door kind of looks at you and he's like, yeah, sorry. It's like I said, it's been real. I don't know, just a real long day. My name's Sidiri, and these are my other soldier friends. All of our commanders or officers, they were killed. They're all dead. I don't even know where they're at. Suddenly, I've gone New Zealand with his accent. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find it. I'm zoning in.
Yeah.
Hey, it's okay.
And he's just like,
Keep
it's
finding
been a
yourself.
long day. What brought you all here?
Listen, Sadface, it's totally normal whenever some post-traumatic something happens to you that your accent switches a little bit. So we're not going to worry about that. However, we have had bad experience with that in the past. So I'm going to roll a insight check on him to see if he's hiding anything.
Any NPCs with variable accents?
Now
Insight
get
check.
an insight
Just
check.
Automatic.
Jesus.
Oh, no, it fell on the floor. It's gone. Hang on.
Doesn't count. You lost your
I was
insight.
about to say you don't notice anything about this guy. He seems
Oh!
completely normal.
20.
I
Oh,
don't know. Not on the table.
on the table.
Not on the table.
Not
Oh.
on the table.
All right, again. 13
Nobody,
plus
nobody wants
insight.
your dirty floor 20.
5. 18.
18. Not bad.
No, he seems genuinely shaken, and like just from glancing around the room at the other guards, they too seem kind of a little bit sort of downtrodden. Like they all look rough, and he seems to be telling the truth. Like they have been through. It's been a long day / 24 hours, however you want to put it.
Are
You got
they?
any
They
bread
all have
left
their
for them?
weapons in hand.
They have them sheathed.
Or so they're not in hand. Okay, I was just curious.
Tarat, you got any bread for these guys? They look a little hungry.
I am fresh out of bread and muffins. I have one more vial of snake oil,
I'm gonna
but it's mine.
ask. What? So is it just you all here? What's going on? We came at the behest, a general posting from Lady Villarosa. What is she here?
Yeah, whenever you say Lady Villarosa, they all just kind of like look at each other and their heads kind of drop a little bit, and they just kind of look even more downtrodden. He goes, well, Lady Villarosa is she was the one that ran this city, and this was her keep. This was Nandar Keep. But she he kind of glances over to that big rubble that's behind you guys, or that's behind him in front of y'all, where this big boulder is, and he says, she was crushed during the attack.
Someone attacked you?
Yeah, wait.
With these boulders?
So,
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's we were just minding our business, and we were just going about our day, and then all of a sudden this big cloud rolls up, and all of a sudden these boulders just start raining down upon the town, and we didn't really know what was happening because, I mean, I've never seen boulders like this just fall from the sky, and it was.
So you do hear what you're saying, right? Boulders from clouds.
Well, I'm getting there. Just slow down just a minute.
I'm gonna walk over while he's talking and just look over this boulder.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can see kind of like they've taken a sheet and sort of like laid it near the end, one side of it, and you can tell that there's a body sticking under it, and that would be Lady Villarosa's, Villarosa Nandar.
I'm gonna peek under the sheet just to make sure like she's not like brutally stabbed and just pushed next to the stone.
Okay. There's a body there, and they're just kind of like, hey, please don't go. We'd like to let her kind of rest until we can actually.
Right. But you do see our reasoning for needing to confirm a lot of crazy stuff going on. Okay,
Yeah,
we're not going to disturb the body. We're just gonna make sure.
Well, you're right. So, like I was saying, these boulders started raining from the sky, and it was just chaos. We had people running everywhere, and all of a sudden, we didn't know what was going on. And then this cloud just starts to come down closer to the ground, and these 4 huge, I mean, they were giants. They're pale skinned, came down from the cloud somehow. I don't even know how they did it. And while everyone was running, most of them ran out after the barrage, and before they came down, they ran out the gate and ran to the north. And those that were still alive, and I think I saw some of my other soldiers, my friends, run with them. They ran out the gate and ran to the north to the dripping caves up that way. But after everyone scurried around and ran, and it was clear from what I guess they could see, we were taking shelter here, and everyone's supposed to flee back to the keep during attacks, but the bridge, after we were standing guard here before they could make their way up here, it was destroyed, and only thing we could do was watch as these giants came down from the sky and just went to the big black stone there, the Nightstone in the center of town, and pulled it up, went back into their cloud, and then just drifted away.
Okay, so that
just remind me
interesting.
because it's
From
been
their
a
description.
minute.
From their description, can any of us roll like a knowledge check, history or
Yeah, you guys could roll a history check, or
To be honest, I'm just trying to remember what the help wanted flyer thing was for.
talked about goblin.
goblins
Goblin
and
problems.
and
Yeah.
he kind of looks at you and said, "This just happened yesterday evening, and then his last night."
Gotcha.
Or no, wait. So it'd be actually 2 evenings because you guys got here yesterday,
Yeah,
So
we
it
slept
happened
in the
day
town.
before. Yeah, so it happened the day before because they've been cut off and haven't been able to get out. And they're afraid that something else might be coming to attack them, so they've just been holed up there in the keep. So let's see. You could give me a history check. Yeah, all y'all can give me a history check.
All right, history check. 15, and my history is -1, so 14.
-1.
Hey, he doesn't know a lot about history. He knows a lot about salesmanship.
22 for Oran, but I mean, keep in mind it would just be something that I read, not anything that I saw.
Right.
13.
Okay, so Oren really is the one that kind of has the best, kind of jogs his memory just from all the books that you've read. You remember coming across these basically descriptions of giants, and let's see here. So, trying to remember exactly which type of giants they are. Yes, thank you.
Sounds like giants to me.
Well, there's from Oren, from what you know from reading, that there are all different types of giants. So there's hill giants, stone giants, fire giants, ice giants, wind giants,
Seeing
cloud
like the
giants.
cool like side by side like line up looking with like drawn out in the book like how big certain ones are.
Yeah, you can kind of see, and they're all huge, but they all vary in size as well.
Yeah.
But from what it sounds like with the cloud and all this other stuff, it's sounding like cloud giants.
Okay.
Because I mean that makes the most sense.
Right.
But so that's kind of what it's matching the description of. So these cloud giants came down, took the Nightstone for some reason, they don't know why, and all they could do is watch because the bridge was destroyed, so they couldn't get out, or nobody else could get up to them. So they just had to watch them take it and go, pretty much.
Okay.
Do I get the idea that these guys they stayed here because they were trapped? Do I get the idea that I can get the other people from town to come back?
If you can find him, you heard him say,
dripping caves.
Yeah. And if you want to ask him, they can tell you like how to get to the caves.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Sadface. Oh, I'm sorry. Sadri, right?
It's Sadiri.
That's what I said. Listen, can you point out on this piece of paper here where the dripping wet caves are?
He kind of looks down at it. He
Just
says,
a piece of paper.
Yeah, he looks
Not
down
mad.
at it's just a blank piece of paper, and he says, "Well, I could just tell you where they are. They're just directly north of the town here. It's probably take you about half a day to a day's journey, maybe half a day, to get there. And
Okay.
you know, that's kind of, if people couldn't come here to the keep, that would be the place I would go if I had to run outside and try and find some sort of sanctuary from whatever was happening."
Yeah.
Well, I've kind of got some bad news for you, Sadri. Somebody left the gate open. I'm not sure who it was. Some interesting things happened outside. Now you got a bunch of the 6 snakes now that are occupying the town. Is that going to be a problem?
Oh, and did you not try to kill them or fight them back?
There's 3 of us.
And they're not all bad. There's one of them. His name's Dimitri.
Yeah.
Heart of gold.
Well, he kind of looks at you and he's like, "Well, we kind of have bigger fish to fry right now, and we'll come to that. We'll cross that bridge."
Don't you dare speak ill of Dimitri.
No, we haven't even told them about the orcs yet. Do you guys know you have orcs living in the woods out there? And then the elves.
Yes, and you have beautiful women fighters. All of them were women.
He looks at you and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, we've known about the elves. We've reached an agreement with them about a year ago after after the last attack that they attacked the building, and they actually killed Lady Velrosa's husband in the attack, and she was
The
actually able
elves?
to. Yes, he was actually able to
What?
orchestrate some sort of a truce with them.
Wait, so
What?
he orchestrated a truce, and then the
After
elf
he died?
killed him?
No, Lady
They
Velrosa.
killed them
The elves came
before.
and
Wait.
attacked our village. They attacked the city here
Okay.
because
Not the orcs.
we apparently made them mad. We were going into their area, the woods, and hunting, and they didn't like that. And they attacked the city, the town here, and then they killed. I mean, among many, but Lady Velrosa's husband was one of them.
Okay.
And
And
then
she
she
did
was
kill
actually able to make a truce with them, and we haven't had any problems with them since. That was about a year ago.
Yeah, they came to our aid against the orcs.
That explains it. We have a tentative truce with them, but I'll tell you one thing they hate worse than us is they hate orcs.
And I'm pointing at the ground. And this here, this is Lady Velorosa right here on the ground.
Well, yeah, that was her.
Mr. Valentine, you know what that means.
Does she have a weapon?
I was gonna say
No.
there's
No
no
need for
reward
the
for all
ears.
the goblins we killed and all the goblins.
And her head
ears
is
we
underneath the
collected.
boulder, so you can't cut her ears off.
Oh,
No,
I'm not worried about her
we
ears.
collected ears as
We're
proof
not-
that we
Yeah.
got rid of the goblins.
We are not
Oh,
collecting a
okay.
nobleman's ears.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
So you're meaning to like turn in the
Not yet.
bounty because you guys
Right,
responded
right,
to
right.
it.
Yeah.
mhm.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Uh,
I'm following now.
So
So
So I
This
hold
is like
up
doing
the
majority
ring.
of a job and realizing you got fired like 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
I
So
hold up the ring of ears and I go, well, I guess this is worthless now, isn't it? And I throw it at
hang on.
Sadiri.
He goes, I know you were talking. I know you're talking about the wanted ad that Lady Velrosa put out to help with the goblins. If you, I'll tell you this: if you find the rest of the village and are able to bring them back, I'm sure we could pay you whatever we can, maybe even plus a little bit more than what was promised on the wanted ad.
Who should we be looking for in the cave?
Oh, it's a good question. I mean, whoever's
Is there
still
any
alive, it's just the
nobles
townsfolk.
or
Just the townsfolk? Is there somebody in town, like a blacksmith or a tradesman or a wealthy merchant with lots of money and bad decision making? Is there anybody in town that would maybe step up and take a leadership role after such a horrible travesty? He says as he starts looking at the body for more trinkets,
He kind of like takes a second and looks and says, "Well, if anybody, it'd probably be Morak. He was the one that owned the Nightstone Inn down there, and during all the confusion, I was pretty sure that I saw him trying to organize people that were running around and organize them to get them out of the town and get them somewhere. So he would probably be the one to look for it, the Dripping Caves."
All right, great.
You have
Moron.
any
Got it.
you have any description of Morak?
He's a dwarf. Let's
My
see,
kind of guy.
Oh yes, that would be you.
Yes. Don't
mean,
look down on me.
Yes. More beards than brains. Love them.
He's actually got pretty long, flowing blonde hair, sort of. Regular beard that you would see. Kind of a woodsman-y kind of man, and he's got furs
Would you say
on.
you
and-
admire him?
I mean, he was always nice. Every time I'd pop into the inn, to grab a pint, he was always very nice, a very adventurous type. I'm pretty sure he'd done some adventuring.
Ooh,
So
I think we
they
stumbled into a little romance here, boys.
Anyway, Sadiri,
yes.
you talked about if we can return people to the town. I think if we get to that point, I think we're gonna have to involve somebody like Nightstone in order to clear these mercenaries out for us to get a reward. So, what's to say we you got any private stores here in the castle? We can make sure we get our payment.
He kind of looks around. He's like, yeah, I would have to look around, but I'm sure we have some some stores here, and maybe
Okay.
even Morak could probably chip in if you could find him. And if he's keeping the people safe, he probably knows where some money is that he has, and we'll look here while you're gone.
Cool.
Actually, I have a pretty good idea. Why don't you guys go out and secure the bridge area? We'll meet you there, and we won't be just a moment as we're ensuring the rest of the grounds here are good and secure. There's a ladder you can push it across. We'll make introduction with the 6 snakes, so that you can, have a more prosperous relationship. Maybe help secure the town a little bit better against any further orc raids. And we'll be right behind you.
He says, how about this? Since we don't know each other very well, and we're the ones from this town, you go out first. I'll send one of my guys with you, and you talk to the 7 or 6 snakes, whoever they are, and then go and find the villages. How about that?
Does
Let's
this
leave it at
cat
that.
have pointing
He
ears?
opens the door, and he just says, listen.
No.
He just says, listen,
No.
Yeah,
I just want to find the villages. That's all I want to do.
Same
So
here.
I want
either you get out and find
I'm
them, or no reward.
Push.
Just one more thing as I'm walking out. That was more rat, not more rack. Just
Correct, more rat.
pronunciation.
Mall rat. Got it.
T or K?
Morak.
Yeah.
MALLARAT.
For a split second, I thought he had like the back half of my name. Tarat.
Can I push? Can I push the door? Take a peek of what's inside this room right here.
Yeah, just real quick.
I'm going to be walking towards the ladder, even though I can't turn my little guy around anymore.
It's just one of those things, and there's a ladder that leads up to a second floor. But there is a door. Sorry, I didn't have it really revealed.
And
Well, I walk.
give me a moment. I must pay my respects to Lady Valerosa. We were such close boon companions. And I lean down, take a knee beside the body. Oran, come here. Come here, Oran, come here. Oran, come here. Oran,
He says,
over here.
He says, if you
Oran!
take that ring off her finger, I have no choice than to go ahead and attack you right here now.
Come on.
You're really starting to wear things thin.
I suggest you not do that.
Yep,
Come on.
Tarat is just he's
thought
actually
Tarat-
already at the ladder.
Yeah, at the bridge.
I can't
He
help but
thought
feel
people were following him, but they weren't.
Yeah.
And he
that,
just
that
now
guy,
turned around.
Sidiri, is far more perceptive than he
Very
is smart. Yeah.
I'm
All right.
Sidiri,
I give up.
If you don't mind, just to make sure we've
On-
got. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. No,
I was
sorry,
gonna
go ahead.
say, I was gonna talk my way upstairs. Tell him I need to get a good lay of the land.
Well, he just looks at you and he says, listen. When you come back, I promise I'll let you look around this keep. We just don't have time. I really want to find the rest of our villagers. They've been missing for 2 days already, and they haven't come back. Something's been going wrong. I'll have you up here. We'll cook you a dinner or something, and I'll show you around. But I
And
just really want to find our villagers, my
Got it.
friends.
Yeah,
My friends are gone.
yeah, we'll get right on that. And I walk out.
Okay. So you guys go to while you guys were talking, like, pretty much sounded like the dripping caves were just directly north. So you can't miss them. And on your way out, Oran, as you're walking your way out, he says, "Here's an actual map to where the dripping caves are here." And he's just
Not
kind of
giving the blank piece of paper back.
yeah,
Here, hold this for me.
he's drawn like a very simple map, but it's really easy to follow. You can see where to go, and it's just basically due north. There's a little footpath that would take you there, and he's just like, "Good luck." And I'm sorry if we got off on the wrong foot. I just want to find my friends.
No.
It's fine.
No problem at all. I expect an exclusive deal with the city of Nightstone for shipments of snake oil.
Don't worry. We lead with the wrong foot. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He just says, "Just come back to us. We'll be here. We'll try and work on the bridge."
Tarat is still at the bridge
Okay.
while all this is being said.
And so you guys head off to the Dripping Caves, which we will get to next week. So that's where we're going to end it for today's session.
All
tonight's
right.
session. thank
Any
you all
epic
for
outro music.
Yeah. Do we have any?
The button has been pushed.
Dustin?
Please allow
Give us some time.
Syrinscape to catch up.
So thank
Ein
you
Moment bitte.
to everybody that's watched or watching or is going to watch. Anybody that tuned in.
Yeah, we got 3 people in the chat right now.
Woo! It's not me because I'm
Nice.
not on it. But
Yeah, I'm not on it.
Not me.
I do want to give a quick shout out. Something I meant to say earlier. Big shout out to the intro music to our show is by JNATHYN, and you can check him out on YouTube. And it's actually spelled JNYTHAN, I believe. Search for him. Search for JNATHYN Genesis or Nero or not Nero.
Noir.
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 Check out his stuff. He graciously let us use this as our intro music for the podcast and for the show. So big shout out to him. And thank you to Roll20. We aren't sponsored by them. We just use their stuff because it's easy and it makes it easy and we enjoy using it. And shout out to Syrinscape. We aren't sponsored by them as either, but we do enjoy using their stuff. And we just want to give them a shout out. So thank you to everybody. And you guys have any last words?
No. Super excited about level 3. What do you got, Coyn?
Be sure to hit up your local game stores.
Yeah.
Keep your small businesses in business.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your local snake oil shops need your money.
Yeah.
And another last reminder, if you weren't able to catch us live, if you're catching this later, you can check it on YouTube. Check us out on podcast form. Just search for the Vitamin D&D, search for Not Apply. You can also find other things if you found this and want to learn how to play. Check out the Vitamin D&D podcast. I almost started reading off the email thing like I usually do in the outro, but just search for the Vitamin D&D podcast, and we have a series that teaches you how to play from basics, from knowing nothing, gets you into playing real quick. So if you've come from another game system, or if you just stumbled across this and you want to learn how to play, we can get you started. So check that out, and you can check out our social media that scrolls across, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and our website, the Vitamin D&D podcast at .wordpress.com. So check us out there. And if you have any questions, email us as well. And let's see, is that Heroes Need Not Apply podcast at gmail.com? Patrick?
What? No,
What?
no, I mean, just got the same, no new email. So you should be able to still get a hold of us. We may have another email, but same.
So it's the Vitamin D&D podcast at gmail.com. That's the Vitamin D&D, the letter N. It's the letter N, D podcast at gmail.com. And so hit us up there or any of our social media. And thank you for tuning in and watching. And we will see you next Saturday at 8:30 Central Time.
Yep. All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Blue.